We're going to start today by solving a multi-step word problem. In order to efficiently solve this problem, we're going to use the RDW model. We're going to read the problem, draw and label a model to help us understand, write an equation, and then write a word sentence that answers the problem. The first step in this process is going to be to read our problem. In 1 year, a factory used 11,650 meters of cotton, 4,950 fewer meters of silk than cotton, and 3,500 meters of wool, fewer meters of wool than silk. How many meters were used in all three fabrics? The first thing to do is to identify the important information. Talk to your partner about what information is important in this problem. Does anyone know of a model that we could draw to help us visualize this problem? Great! Can everyone say what Monique said? A tape diagram will be a perfect model to solve this problem. What would be the first thing we should draw? Excellent! We're going to go ahead and start with our cotton, since we know how many meters of cotton are used. We can now use the relationship of the cotton to the other fabrics in order to help us finish our model. Talk to your partner about what you would draw next. Leah, can you tell us what you would draw next? Awesome. We can draw the model for the silk based on how much fewer meters of silk there is compared to the cotton. We're not sure how much silk there is yet, but we do know the relationship between the silk and the cotton. And finally, we can draw our wool. We know our relationship for the wool to the silk. At this point, we know we're not sure what the silk and the wool are, but I want to revisit our problem to figure out what are we looking for. How many meters were used in all three fabrics? So our unknown is how many meters in all? How many meters of cotton, silk, and wool? Talk to your partner about what you would do next to solve this problem and a model that could help you do that step. Wow, those are some fantastic ideas. We could definitely use the disk model. We could use the standard algorithm for subtraction. We could use a place value chart, and that's what I'm going to choose to do today. So we're going to start by drawing a place value chart that will help us figure out how much silk we have. Tony, can you repeat that for everyone? What equation are we trying to solve to figure out how much silk we have? Can everyone repeat what Tony just said? 11,650 minus 4,950 equals the amount of silk. Use your place value chart to help illustrate 11,650. When we're subtracting, should we add the next number to our place value chart or remove it from the number that we already have? Fantastic. We're going to take away 4,950. We'll start in our ones place. There are no ones and there's no ones to remove, so we can move to our tens. Cross out 5 tens. Next, we'll move to our hundreds place. We need to cross out 9 hundreds, but I noticed a problem. We only have 6. How could we get some more hundreds? Can everyone say what Leah just said? Fantastic. We can unbundle 1,000 to create 10 new hundreds. Now we're ready to go. Count with me while we cross off 900. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Now we can move on to our final place value, the thousands. We don't have any thousands left. So tell your partner how we can get some thousands and model that on your place value chart. Give me a thumbs up when you have 10 thousands. Awesome. Let's take away 4 thousands and count as we go. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Last, we can count how many discs remain on our place value chart. 5, 6, 5, 6, 700. No tens, no ones. There are 6,700 meters of silk. But we're not done yet. We can keep working to figure out how much wool. Use the same strategy to figure out how much wool as you used for silk. Now we're ready to subtract. Hi. Man, that problem was much easier than the last one. We didn't have to do any regrouping. 3,200. We figured out how much wool is that. Have we completed this entire problem? Tiffany, why haven't we completed this problem? Very good. I like how you went back to the initial question, looking for how many meters of fabric were used, or how many meters were used in all 3 fabrics. So I know that we need to add all 3 fabrics. We can once again use a place value chart to help us add these 3 numbers. How is this place value chart going to be different from the ones we use for subtraction? Can everyone repeat what Suzanne just said? Great, we'll be adding numbers this time, so we'll be putting multiple numbers on the place value chart rather than subtracting. All right, we've put our first 2 numbers on the place value chart, and now we can go ahead and figure out if there's any regrouping necessary. We have 5 tens, which means we're good to go. We have no ones. Now, when I look at the hundreds, I notice that there's a little bit of an issue. We have more than 10 hundreds. What can we do to make sure that we have less than 10 hundreds? Great. We can take 10 hundreds and move them to the thousands place. we have 300s remaining. 8,000 and 10,000. This helped us solve how much cotton and silk we have. But we have one more number to add. You can use our same model to help us solve this. Solve this problem with your partner while I solve it on the board. Plus 3,200. 300. All right. Wow, altogether, we have 21,550 meters of fabric. Let's go ahead and do our final step in the read, draw, write process. Let's write an equation and then write a number sentence. So who can remember what did we do to solve this problem? How can I put this all in one equation? You can put your equation in the chat. Fantastic, yes. Tiffany, can you tell us what you put? 11,650 plus 11,650 minus 4,950 plus 6,700 minus 3,500. Who can tell me what this part of the equation represents? Fantastic. That is how much silk. Type in the chat, what does this part of the equation represent? Awesome. And we know total of our equation, 21,550. We can now write a word sentence with our answer. 21,550 meters were used in all three fabrics. We're going to do some breakout groups, and in your breakout group, I want you to talk to your partners about how you solved this problem. How did you get from this step to find the final answer? Would anyone like to share out the steps that they took to solve this problem? Thank you so much for solving this problem with me and working through the RDW model.